Okay, so I couldn't get a professional reading of this book, so you're stuck with me. This next reading, which is what our discussion topic will be about this week, comes from a book by Rachel Carson called The Sense of Wonder, a celebration of nature for parents and children. Dr. Carson, of course, started the environmental movement in 1962 with the publication of her book Silent Spring, which showed that pesticides, particularly DDT, chlorinated hydrocarbons, were showing up in places they didn't belong. DDT was relatively safe, but it was being found in mother's milk and pelican eggs, and it was residual. It just didn't disappear. So it began the environmental movement and just shook the world. Dr. Carson also wrote a book about the sea around us, and this one is about her interactions with her nephew. I think his name was Roger, just learning about Mother Nature by observation. And here's a bit of the reading. A child's world is fresh and new and beautiful, full of wonder and excitement. It is our misfortune that for most of us, the clear eyed vision, that true instinct for what is beautiful and awe inspiring, is dimmed and even lost before we reach adulthood. If I had my way, I would make sure every child's sense of wonder was so indestructible that it would last throughout life as an unfailing antidote against the boredom and disenchantment of later years, the sterile preoccupation with things that are artificial and just don't matter. If a child is to keep his or her inborn sense of wonder, then they need the companionship of at least one adult who can share it, rediscovering with them the joy, the excitement, and the mystery of the world we live in. Parents often have a sense of inadequacy when confronted on the one hand with the eager, sensitive mind of a child, and the other with the world of complex physical nature inhabited by life so unfamiliar that it seems hopeless to try to explain to a child. In a mood of self defeat, they exclaim, "How can I possibly teach my child about nature? Why, I don't even know one bird from another." I sincerely believe that for the child and for the parent seeking to guide him or her, it is not half so important as to know as it is to feel. If facts are the seeds that later produce knowledge and wisdom, then the emotions and the impressions of the senses are the fertile soil in which the seeds must grow. The years of early childhood are the time to prepare the soil. Once the emotions have been aroused, the sense of beauty, the excitement of the unknown, a feeling of sympathy, admiration, or love, then we will wish for knowledge. Once found, it has lasting meaning. It's more important to pave the way for the child to want to know than to put him or her on a diet of facts they are not ready to assimilate. So Dr. Carson suggests that we first need to love what we're looking at before we learn to learn before we learn to learn facts about it. And I'm wondering for you, was there an adult in your life that helped point out the wonder of nature, that helped learn alongside of you about the brilliance of the seacoast and the mystery of the forest and the beauty of a meadow? Did you have an adult in your life? And further, if you did not have an adult in your life, are you willing to be the adult for that inner child that is still within you? Are you willing to point out to that inner child uh, the beauty of nature, the wonder of it all, and learn alongside that inner child in you? That's your discussion topic for this week. Tell us your own story.